Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did.
Interested in working remotely from home with the ability to set your own schedule? Then contact Notary to Notary. Our online training program teaches individuals everywhere how to create and run successful notary businesses nationwide. Whether you're looking for supplemental or full-time income, we'll teach you the benefits of being a business owner, including time and financial freedom. Visit notarytonotary.com to learn more about our training program.
I didn't my video in there. Hey guys, it's Miss Terry here, of course, with Notary to Notary, and I'm doing a pre-live warm-up for you guys. We are having our Launch Ron 2023. We're doing it today to teach you guys how to launch your remote. Hey Andrea, how to launch your remote online notary business going into 2023. And so this event starts in about 30 minutes. I'm only going to hang on here for maybe like 10 to 15, give or take, so I can make sure we're ready to rock and roll. So this event it has me, of course, starting. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to generate revenue. A lot of people, how many of you guys have your e-notary commission right now? Like you're able to do e-notarizations. How many of you guys can do e-notary currently in your state? Most states have it. Some notaries kind of shy away from it because it seems kind of intimidating. Trying to get into that tech space. But I gotta tell you a funny joke about that. But a lot of people that have it aren't actually working in it. So how many of you guys have your commission or you have the capability, but you're not doing any e-notarizations? That's what my whole subject is going to be about. It's going to be about how to actually generate leads for your e-notary business, like how to actually get people wanting e-notarizations from you. Hey, Sharon. Hey, girl. Anywho, so that's what we're talking about. My section is going to talk about that, generating revenue to scale your business, because really the entire world is your client, so it really, like, I have clients all over the world that email me, that I have an app too that we use just to request, e-notarizations. And so we're going to talk about how you can start doing that for your business. Then we have Amy, founder of Cyberize, that she's going to be talking about all things legal, the legalities behind it, and a few other topics too. It's really important because e-notarizations have a little bit additional legalities that you need to follow aside from traditional notarizations. And then we have Susie from the National Notary Association. She's going to come in and talk about how to deter fraud, like how to avoid fraud as you're doing e-notary, because it is, honey, very easy to get caught up in that. I always say, I told a story before about there was a gentleman that called and emailed trying to get some documents, some power of attorneys notarized, e-notarized, and they didn't have ID. And it just seemed kind of suspect. And the fact that he was willing to pay so much, like he was offering me basically a whole lot of money. And I was like, something's not right here. But if you don't know, what to look for in those red flags, things like that, you can get caught up there, especially if they're offering you a nice little price tag to do, which most times people are committing fraud. They want to, they'll pay you whatever because they just want to get it done. Then we have Roger from Secured Signings, and he has a giveaway. He has two things for you guys today. Actually, there's a lot of giveaways happening today, so I'm not going to let the cat bag. And he's going to be talking about how to actually conduct the e-notarization. Say that 5 times fast. E-notarizations on the platforms themselves. So, Tamika, yeah. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what that was. That was a freak incident. I have no idea what that was. The whole screen just cut off. Yeah, so what was I saying? It threw me off. Like I'd never seen the whole screen went red and then it just cut off. Like what is happening today? But anywho, yeah, so we'll be talking about that. The event is 5 hours. So it starts at 10. It's from 10 to 3. The whole thing is recorded. So you don't have to worry about what if I have to, take a break or my kid has football or whatever the case is. It is recorded. So all you have to do is make sure you use the link at notarytonotary.com. And I'll actually put the link in the chat on you. I can't put it on Instagram, but the link is in the bio on Instagram. So you guys can get into this session this morning. We are giving away a laptop today. Say what? Yeah. So we're giving away, I exited your screen. That's why it cut off. Well, that's what happens. Okay. No one told you to turn your screen off. Look, you said I excited your screen. What is happening? Okay. Anywho, we are giving away a laptop, a brand new HP laptop to one lucky attendee today. Now, for the laptop, you do not have to be present to win. You just have to register because we're just going to put it in a little spin the wheel. And we'll ship that out to you. So someone this time next week, depending on when Amazon is shipping, it's a funny story. We had everyone knows Thanksgiving was a couple days ago. And my sister, we were all together Thanksgiving. Was it day before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day? One of those days. It was maybe Thanksgiving, day before Thanksgiving. And she was going to order something on Amazon. And she's so silly. She was like, wait, Amazon doesn't ship on Thanksgiving? And I was like, let's give them a break because they do ship every day. Plus, they have like a 2-hour shipping window. I'm going to usually let Amazon workers have a break for a day. Okay. But she was just so like, Amazon doesn't ship on Thanksgiving. Anywho, sometime next week, one of you guys will be getting a HP laptop. That's going to be at random. We're just going to randomize the registers in a little spin the wheel and see who won. But we do have lots of other giveaways that we're doing today too, like gift cards and books and other things like that. I will say there's some Amazon gift cards coming out. Now, some of those are going to be question-based. That means if you're coming into the training, bring your notes, bring your pen and paper, because after each session, we're going to do like little quizzes. And then, of course, you answer them correctly, you win the prizes. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys know whenever I do events, it's never boring. It's never like, oh my God, I'm not going to sleep. No, because very high energy. Always gotta make sure you're awake. What are you doing? Right? And I want you guys genuinely, when you finish this training today, I want you to be able to say, okay, now I know how to implement Ron in my business. Having the certification does nothing for you. Nothing for you if you don't use it. Right? And so I don't like a lot of people that are notaries say, oh, I have a commission for 10 years. Never used it. Once again, doesn't help you if you don't use it. Right? So we'll be doing that. And that's going to happen in about 30 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm excited about that. We did it last year. I think we had all the same people last year too. So that was really good. New subjects this year. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. That's happening. And then you guys know, December 17th is the Notary Explosion. So that is where we have 8 guest speakers, including myself, that are going to be teaching you how to maximize your notary business in 2023. Okay, you guys saw that video that I did talking about, everyone's talking about it, but they've been talking about, see, it's like, so this is how it goes. I got to give you guys the tea. Okay, so by the time you see something on the news, you're already too late. Okay, so like, when it was talking about, oh, the market's crashing, there's no one doing loan closings, that post that I put out, I've known about that for months already. Like, because you have to study your industry and study your market and be in the know, so that way you can plan accordingly. Hence why we were doing all those trainings on pivoting, diversification, things like that, where now it's like officially in your face, it's all over the news. The mortgage industry right now, because of the high interest rates, you're not seeing as many loan closings as we were before. But that's because it's a shift. We all know. And you got to think about it. See, one thing I always say is, you had a lot of people get into the space during COVID. It got really busy because interest rates were like 1%. Okay, no, they were 2%, but still, they were really low. And everyone was on social media. I started in 2019, so a little bit before them, but yeah, around that time. And everyone got in. How many of you guys got in during COVID because you saw something on social media or YouTube or whatever, and you started saying, "Oh, look, I'm making $1,000 a day," and I just got into it, brand new, just doing loan closings, no experience, right? And so what you're seeing now is some of those same people leave, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with getting into something when something's hot and then transitioning somewhere else. If you want to do that, that's fine. Me personally, I love the space, and I know like it's I don't know if I'll never not be a notary, but I know how to pivot. I know how to generate income. You got to think about it. In 2000, you have notaries who've been doing this for 30, 40, 50 years, full time, right? So in 2008, when the market crashed, they still had to do it. They still had to pivot. They had to figure out, how am I going to generate income for myself? And I think that really goes into business building in general. And I think a lot of people, and we're going to talk about this today during Launch Round, a lot of entrepreneurs, let me rephrase that. A lot of people who start businesses don't have the entrepreneur mindset, and they don't understand business development, business trends, business facets. And so when something like this happens, like I saw a video on social media that was just basically saying like a bunch of things that the cons of being a notary, and one was like talking about the business expenses, and it was just like every business has expenses. It's not a con, that's a fact. The fact is that every business will have an expense, unless your business is, I can't think of anything that doesn't have it. I was gonna say unless your business is just turning on a camera and talking, but then you have a camera, you have internet. Unless you're standing outside talking to the air or like people who walk by, then I could think that maybe you don't have to pay for anything because you're not using anything. That's the only thing I can think of that doesn't have an expense, okay? Every business has business expenses. You just plan accordingly. You budget for that. You write them off. Like it's a part of business. And that is a part of it. But it also goes into, side note, we got the Comcast Rise grant again. Throw that out there. It goes into actually business development. Like there are ways that you can counteract those expenses, like grants. Like how many of you guys have heard me talk about business grants for a while? At least a year. I've been talking about business grants. How many of you guys have actually taken time to apply for business grants? We have the business grant course, the membership where we put, the Facebook group where we put grants in there. You can go find your own grants. But even if you say, I'm going to do my own, how many of you guys since the past year, if you were under the sound of my voice, went and applied for some business grants? Right? That sometimes you have to take an account of what you're doing. Like that's important. That's a part of business building. Most businesses apply for business grants because it's free money and it funds your business. You know what I mean? Like it's just, most businesses have a whole department for funding opportunities, whether that's grants or investors or whatever, to fund their business. But if you're not thinking like a business owner that's growing a company, then you're like, oh, grant. Or maybe you're thinking, oh, it takes too long to do grants. It's a waste of my time. Honey, no, it's not. Okay, listen. The last time we did the Comcast Rise grant, we won a fully produced commercial, and they aired it all throughout my local, like if you're in my area, the Richmond City, Chesterfield, that whole region for free. All day for the most part. People told me what they saw my video, or like they called, and, oh, I got your course, or I did this, da, da, da. So many people saw that commercial, and it generated, more revenue for our company. But if you're thinking like, oh, it's too much time, da 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 da, if you have that mindset, yes, the possibility you can apply for a grant and you won't get it. I've applied for grants I haven't gotten, but when you get it, it's free. I didn't pay for that. That would have easily, how many of you guys have ever looked into how much it costs, one, for a video or commercial production, and then how much it costs to run it? Okay. And they ran it for a whole quarter of a year it ran. That's thousands and thousands of dollars that I did not have to pay because I took the time to apply for a grant. You see what I'm saying? And we applied again and we won again. a new service now that we're getting from Comcast. You know what I mean? So and when I highlighted it, I told all of you guys, I said, hey, apply for this grant. And I kept posting it and kept talking about it for a little while, and I'm just curious to see who else applied, who else won. They pick Comcast. First of all, Comcast is what, $1 billion, $7 billion company, probably more than that. They have a lot of money to give away. If you don't understand why, so some companies, we're not gonna get into this, but just know these companies need to give away money. Okay. If you don't go get your dollars and stop playing. But my point is they pick they do it, I think at least twice a year. And they pick like 500 plus companies every time they run it. Like it's not hard to get chosen because the average person, you're the average person. Now, if you apply, I'm not talking to you. You're the average person, won't do it. Right. So it's not hard to win because it's like when we went to high school. We went to college from high school, and they're like, okay, apply for scholarships. And we didn't do it. We didn't do it. But I did. Let me clear that up. I did. I got several scholarships, for the record, clear that up. But the reason I did some scholarships, I did a couple, but the reason why I did so many was because I met a woman who she got so much money back in scholarships. Oh my goodness. And if you understand the scholarship model, you win scholarships, they pay it to your school. Whatever is left, the school will cut to you as a check. That is your cash money to keep. I got that money. Okay. And she got so much more than me. And I said, I didn't know I was gonna get that money back cash, right? But she easily got 6 figures back because she was like, someone told her it's not just about paying for your school. You can get so much scholarship money that they cut those checks to that school and the school gives you a refund of all of that additional money. But do we take the time to do it? No, right? And now look at y'all. Not y'all. I don't being mean. Y'all be like, that's you mean. Now people walk around with student loan debt because you couldn't take the time to apply for scholarships, right? So now we're doing businesses and you're using your personal money because you won't take the time to apply for grants. The cycle repeats itself. It's cyclical. I learned that. Well, I heard it before, but my nephew used it. Okay, cyclical. He's like 7 or 8. It was cute when he said it. Anyway, it's cyclical, right? But that's what I'm saying. So it's like those things, like taking time to really understand, how businesses operate, taking time to learn sales, to learn marketing, to learn taxes. Like that's a major thing. People are walking around, everyone, what's that quote? The one thing you can't escape is death and taxes. And now they're talking about you can escape death. Y'all look into biohacking, side note. Anyway, but you can't escape taxes, right? So you need to learn. And the thing is, the people who pay the most taxes is low income and middle class. The rich and the wealthy typically won't pay hardly anything in taxes. And that's because they took the time to learn, how to avoid. A W-2 employee pays the highest tax, right? So like you have to take the time to learn taxes. You might say, well, that's too much. Well, then being wealthy is too much because in order to generate, the quote that Jim Rohn told me, well, they didn't tell me, I heard it on YouTube because it's the late Jim Rohn. He passed already. He said, you don't attract wealth. You don't attract success. You become success. You become wealth. You put information into you that then regurgitates itself into the marketplace, into the atmosphere. And that's how you become whatever it is. But you got to think about whatever you're putting in, whatever you're taking in, you're going to put back out. And that's the results you're getting. Okay. Period. That's it. I will tell you guys also, we do have a promo going on right now. I think the Black Friday one is still running. I'm not 100% sure I've been in there, but we're doing the coaching program. We do have, as we went through, see who was left for the rest of the year, we do have some space in the coaching program. And I made it a deal. So it's just this weekend. Okay. And it's just for the first 20 people who register for the one-on-one coaching program. You can register for $99 and you get 3 months. So normally it's $99 1 month. So we're doing $99 3 months. I'm sure the deal will be over probably by the end of today because only opened it for 20 slots. And I think it's already at like 10 people. 20 slots already 10 slots filled. I put it out this morning. So once you go and you try to register, and once the link is gone, you'll know it's gone. Okay. But that's the deal we put out. So if you want to get one-on-one coaching with me and you want to get that one-on-one assistance building your business, you go to notarytonerd.com, click one-on-one coaching, $99, but do the $99 3-month deal. And that's how you get into that. Okay. And once that's done, it should just come right off the site and it'll just say contact or something, or it says like you can't register, something like that. I forgot how Thinkific does it. But that's what's basically going on. So, did I miss anything? Oh, I got a notification. Launch Ron starts in 15 minutes. It does. It's time to get the Ron. It's time to get the Ron. Ron. It's time to get the Ron. Ron. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Living my best life. That's all. So we're going to talk about how you can work from home, be a full-time remote online notary, or add it to your income stream. So if you're not registered, go to notarytonotary.com. Is it slash or backslash? I say both sometimes, and it's not the one I'm looking for. Go to notarytonotary.com, click launch Ron, grab your ticket. You'll get the link automatically. It's on the Eventbrite page once you get into the session. And we're going to get ready to rock and roll this thing. Will that start in 2023? I mean, so the class is now. I guess that kind of misleading. So Launch Ron is an event that's happening right now. So it's telling you that you're going to launch your Ron business in 2023. I see now. Why? You know, we got that question a couple of times. I see now how that could be a little bit misleading. All right, let me fix it. Hold up. But if that's what it's called, but it's Launch Ron 2022. Launching it, it's a 2023. Is that for if you're only registered notary? So anyone can take the class. We don't screen you when you register. It's information. You don't have to be commissioned. You don't have to be an e-notary. You can be a mechanic in Ireland. We don't know. So you can register for the class. It does start in 14 minutes. I'm going to open the event room in about 5 minutes to start. But yeah, so you can join at any time. The link will be on there. And then we will send a replay out for the event after the event is over. Probably about... because it takes time for it to generate, especially it's a 5-hour course. I would say by the end of the day, I would definitely say you should be able to watch the replay. Okay. Am I missing anything? No, I'm excited. This is going to be the fun. All right, guys. That is also the clock on the wall. I will see you guys luego. The event is $97 to join. So it's let me make sure it's still $97. We had it. Yeah, it's $97. So, it's open. It's open. I said, oh, wait, the tickets are sold out, but it's not. I said, I don't think we did till I think we had some more space in there, unless y'all were killing it this morning. It ends. Yes, it's $97. You still have time. I had to log in really quick. You scared me. Don't do that. Don't do that. What? So I bought a printer for nothing. You bought a printer? No, it's not for nothing. For the record, I did 2 closings. So 2 closings in the past 2 days. So there's still closings. There's plenty of closings. I have a closing coming up on, what's today? Saturday, Monday, or Tuesday I have a closing. So when I say loan closings are slow, I mean it's slow. It's not dead. People still buy. There is never a point in time where people are not buying and not selling. But it's not the average person. So the average person, they're not going to be buying or selling unless, for example, they want to relocate or something is going on, like they're getting divorced, or I don't know. You know, the average person, if you're sitting at home perfectly fine and nothing's going on in your life, and you're like, you know, I might want to refinance. Now with that 8% interest rate, I'm gonna sit still, right? But if you have a situation that's causing you to move, or you really want to move, or you really want to sell, or the case is, then there's, and then at the same time, this is an investor's market right now. So investors, especially cash investors, they're definitely going to make those moves right now. So you just have to really understand the industry to see where it's going. When it comes to banks, like mortgage, like loans on the personal side, like consumer loans, like people who are like, oh, I want to buy a house, it's not ideal for them but it happens that the one I just did a purchase, literally, and she purchased it, and then she said, I see your question, Janice, give me a second, I'll put the link in here. And she was aware that we talked about the interest rates, you know, when she brought it up and we had a conversation, but she said, I'm just going to refi. I'm going to refi in a couple of years when the rates drop. But, you know, she needed to relocate. She had to relocate, you know, for different reasons. And so that being said, she said she's going to take it for now and refinance later. So it doesn't mean people aren't moving. It's just saying right now, it's not like people are just doing it just because. Like, oh, let me just go. No. You know what I mean? It's like when you see something expensive, like let's say toilet tissue is like, or like bread. Let's say bread is like $10 a bag, right? $10 a bag, right? And you're like, well, we don't really need bread. Like we have bagels or we have waffles. I can wait, right? But let's say you do need bread. You know, maybe you can't eat anything else and you have to get bread. You can't go out and say, all right, just give me the bread, right? Or your kids are just like, I need PB&J on bread, you know? Then it's like, okay, I gotta go get it. You know, that makes sense. I'm trying to give you an example to try to make it more so you understand what I'm saying. If it's not a necessity, or if you just have that shmoney and you're like, look, I want bread, then you're gonna go get it. Does that make sense? That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let me see if I can find this for you. And I gotta get rid of the slip and slide. The coaching. So is this a preview guide? It is a preview. Okay, cool. I have to find it. It should be on the website underneath coaching. Or if you go to the notarycenter.think, oh, it's a bird. It's a big bird. Currently traveling right now, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to find it for you, darling. Just bear with me. I think it should still be open. There it is. Okay. And just make sure you click the right link and you are all set. Make sure you hit the 3-month bundle, 3-month deal, I think it says when you do it. All right, guys, we're about to hop into, and then also, is it John or Jean? Maybe Jean. Also, remember, it's a shift. It's a temporary shift, okay? You hear different people say different things as far as when the market's going to bounce back. From my research and the people that I talk to and listen to that are in the real estate mortgage industry that talk about inflation, all that stuff, I highly doubt that it will bounce back in January or February. I've heard things as far out as 2-3 years, but most people say where I land and I feel most comfortable, I think the end of 2023. That's where I feel like we'll start to see more, it getting more stabilized. And that's just my opinion. I am not, a financial advisor or anything, whatever kind of disclaimer we said. From my research, I would say end of 2023 is when, because we're still going through the recession. We're still having the inflation, and it's projected to get, I don't like to say worse. It's just a shift. It's projected to increase. I don't like to use negative words. It's projected to increase. Okay. The English way of saying of Jean is correct. Oh, okay. And so, because I don't know how you guys have noticed, so I'm going to get ready to slide. I got 2 minutes. Where we currently are, there's a lot of layoffs happening right now. Like everyone, and the thing is, I've said this for like 6 months now. At least like 6 months I've been talking about it because I follow those. Y'all got to get into the no. You said end of 2030 is cool. I think you meant 2023, but I rock with you. There's a lot of layoffs happening right now. And it's going to continue to happen. They project most of them are going to happen January to March. You'll see most of the layoffs happening. But what's happening is that these larger corporations and most of them already knew, they already projected the layoffs for fourth quarter, what they were doing. If you listen to and watch like those business podcasts and those business news channels, things like that, they already said they can see revenue, sales, all that stuff. And they're saying, okay, if we cut people here, this fourth quarter, during first quarter of next year, when they can predict the numbers of revenue, things like that, we'll still be okay. So it's like, and so that's what you have to do in business. So when you're saying, okay, this is the shift that's happening in 6 months, how do we prepare for that now? That's what's happening. And that's why you're seeing so many companies doing their layoffs now, and they're going to continue to lay off until right now they're saying first quarter of next year is when you'll see most of the companies doing most of their layoffs. And these are the larger corporations, but you're also seeing larger to middle level companies beginning to do their layoffs too. So you just plan accordingly. That's why I always say everyone should have more than one income source. So that way you're not, at the beck end of, oh, we gotta let you go, you know? And you also just need to read the market. So right now, you know, Grant, and I'm sure your job is perfectly safe, and I'm not saying that. But what you do is you plan in the event of. So if this did happen, what's my other revenue streams? You know, do I have the savings? What is my pivot point? Okay. I'm a realtor in Illinois, and it's a seller's market in a lot of markets. It is a seller's market for cash. So it's a seller's market. It depends. So it depends on your buyer too. So it depends on your buyer. Remember, investors can really get off right now, and sellers, but like the average person, they're not typically wanted unless they have to move. That's what you're not seeing. And if you watch, like, I think Bank of America, was it Bank of America? I put that statement out that that's the lowest. I want to say Bank of America. I could be wrong. It was one of those major banks put an article out saying it was the lowest they've ever seen with mortgages, like not being able to issue any. It's the lowest applications coming in, the lowest they've been able to issue. And it's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. You just got to rock with it and see what happens, right? But like I said, most people that I follow that are, most reliable. That's people, if you ask anyone, you'll see somebody who says, oh, it's going to last 5 years. Oh, it's going to last 3 years. But most people are landing somewhere near the end of 2023. That's where they're landing. I haven't seen anybody reputable say anything earlier. I haven't seen anyone reputable say anything earlier. But I put that out there, and it's not as a means to intimidate you or scare you. It's a means to plan accordingly. It's like, okay, if there's not going to be a whole lot of loan closings. There's a title company that just came out. Oh, no, they were talking to me. Never mind. And they were saying it was the lowest they've ever seen. It's another company I was talking to. They started laying off. It's a title company that started laying off people. And if I said their name, you know who I was talking about, who started laying off because it was just like it's not enough closings happening to generate, to basically sustain those salaries. So anyway, as a notary, you have multiple streams. And I gotta go. It's 9:57. I can sit here and talk all day. I will see you guys luego. And until next time, happy signing. If you're gonna join me for Launch Ron, grab the link at notarytonotary.com, and I will see you guys luego. And I will let you know how it goes when it's all said and done. All right, guys. Toodle-dee-doos. Why y'all didn't tell me that I was on here this late? Where's Tia when I need her? All right, hold on. I was sitting up here. I was really getting into it. Dun. All right. I know you guys are still here with me, but that's because I have to close off Instagram first. All right. Now I'm going to see. The layouts are intentional to help slow consumer demand, to help drive prices down by reducing spending. See, we got to talk. I like when I start talking about stuff like this. It's really cool. I got to go. Don't do that. We'll talk about it. I'm going to come back. We're going to talk all things economics. I like it. Let's do it. All right, guys. I will see you guys luego. Until next time, happy signing.